Yeah, I'd like to close the deal on this thing called free will as it relates to the theory I wrote in Metadimensional in the book out on Kindle. So I want to seal this topic because I feel there's a few loose ends and I need to explain them. And actually, they are kind of like uh, instrumental for the theory. Like they touch on the important things, and this is a way to introduce them. One specific topic. So when you think about free will, you have to think about what it is you're actually trying to say. What is free will? Okay, what isn't? What cannot be free will? Free will cannot be determined by an external source. Then it's not external reason, external cause. If it's external to the will, then it's not free. Like, for example, if my body needs food and it makes me hungry, then my desire to eat, the consequent desire to eat, is not independent of the body. So it's not an expression of free will. Even if I have like I want to stay thin for whatever reason, health or whatever, and I therefore decide not to eat because of that. If the reason that I get this desire again comes from the body, from my brain, then again it's not free. So it's not free will. So even if there's like considerations that are not obvious, they are still not free will. Now, I can go even a step further and say, even if there's some kind of a spirit that is trying to cause me to do something, if it determines my actions, let's say a demon determines my action, then again it's not free will, right? So free will has to be self-sufficient. It has to cause itself, or nothing causes it. And so it could have been an independent agent, but the fact is, experience is will. That's just how it is. When everything you experience as some kind of a will. Even if that will is just to investigate, or to just observe, or to relax, or to not want. There's still this kind of something that is pulling your experience into something else, and that's will. So it's free, and its freedom is linked to the freedom of experience. Now, I can argue for what that freedom, what that ability makes possible, but I'm just want to. That's a different discussion. But but first you need to understand that you will not find any explanation for the will. Will, if it's free, will always appear as random. But here's the problem with that. It makes my argument incoherent, like apparently. Like, for example, for how I explain what I found, the problem I found in the many worlds interpretation of quantum field theory. There I argued that because I cannot, according to the many worlds interpretation, I could just pop into this or that experiential configuration that is incoherent with how I experience my life. Like, I can want to raise my leg and then end up raising my hand, and that would be a reasonable progression according to the many worlds interpretation, but it's not according to how I experience my existence. Now you could say, okay, so you said that, you were even somewhat convincing maybe, but then you said that the will can do whatever it wants. So are you contradicting yourself? Like, if the will can just jump from wanting to raise my leg to wanting to raise my arm, then what's your objection to the many worlds interpretation? But that's the thing. That's not how experience is manifests. This isn't. I haven't really explained how experience manifests, and I can't force you to accept what I'm going to say, but as a matter of fact, for me, I know it's just how it is. Experience is the movement from past to present, from past to future. That's experience. I cannot experience anything without having both the experience of the configuration I was and the configuration I will be at the same time, and the relation that is caused between them. That is the experience. So it has to have this component of the past, of the experiential past, not the physical past, of what I just felt and what I'm going to feel next. I call that experiential trails. That's a fundamental concept of this book. And this is why, even though the will can navigate the future into whatever direction, the future, my experiential future, to whatever direction it wants, from raising my leg to raising my hand, there will be a moment or moments where I would feel both the previous desire that I had to raise my leg and the new desire to raise my hand. And during that, there will be a story that my experience will perceive. So this goes back, according to the many worlds interpretation, there is no such moment of transitioning. It just assumes that there won't be any transition. It would pop from one configuration to the next, because that satisfies the explanation. But that doesn't satisfy experience, because even if experience is free, even if it's navigated by free will, to the extent that it's navigated by free will and not by the body, some things that are navigated by the body and blah blah, or demons or whatever, it is still requiring this component of following a comprehensible trajectory, which the many worlds interpretation doesn't account for.